So the important topic which we are discussing today is regarding the cyber security and threat related to cyber security for the country. So if I ask what is the important question as on date related to cyber security and challenges ahead, I would like to say that protection of data is one of the most important peculiar feature because we are using iPads, mobiles, laptops, and all the gadgets related to internet. Wi-Fi has entered into our rooms, Internet of Things have entered into our rooms, and most of the things are these days controlled by internet. So according to IT Act 2020, cyber security means protection of information from unauthorized access, use, disclosure, disruption, modification, and destruction. So this is the definition of cyber security. Means we should not provide unauthorized access to any computer or to any hacker or to any person who may get our information, and that information may be misused or it may be sold in the market for financial gains. So all these cyber laws are governed under IT Act, Cyber Security Information Technology Act 2020. One of the important crime which is happening these days is the financial fraud. By financial fraud, I mean to say that generally the old class, people who are more than 50 years old, 60-year-old, 70-year-old, and retired people are being targeted by the hackers. They use different departments, CBI, IB, ED, Customs Department, and even they have been able to use the department of CJI, Chief Justice of India. So by using these departments, they make a call on the telephones and ask us to diverse the information regarding the bank details, and we not believing in them that they are fake one, we become victimized and leak the information of our bank details, and ultimately we transfer large amount of money to these hackers. One of the recent case which happened in Ludhiana was the head of the chief of the Oswal firm of Ludhiana. He was an old man, more than 80 years old. He was targeted and he was basically digitally arrested. He remained confined in a room, and you won't believe that amount to the tune of 12 crore was lost by him. And when he realized the mistake, that it is my mistake, then he lodged FIR with the police, and police sprang into action. And only 5 to 6 crore of rupees could be brought back, and rest of the money still needs to be traced. So this is one way of financial crime in which generally retired people, maybe even I have seen that wing commanders, colonels, brigadiers, major generals, they are also losing money to the financial fraud methods. So there are two type of system. Either your computer is attacked or you are spreading misinformation from the computer by arranging series of windows. Second method is cyber terrorism, pornography, child pornography, asking the child to believe in the pornography and indulge in pornography. One of the another case which came to limelight these days was the digitally arrested. A woman was digitally arrested. She was not only asked to move to one of the hotels, she was asked to remove the clothes, and her video also was made, and she was pressurized to release the bank accounts, and ultimately the reputation of the lady also suffered, and she lost the money also. Now, software system is also attacked. How the software system is attacked? There is one organization known as Saudi Arabia Oil Production Company. It is one of the famous oil producer company of Saudi Arabia. That company was targeted in 2012, and it took 2 weeks for the company to restore its computer operation. As a result of it, it lost oil production capability as well as financial losses, and extra cost was paid for rectifying the system. It is believed that these hackers were from some far off destination, and they were demanding 50 million of amount from the Saudi Arabia oil production company. Similarly, in Bombay city, one day they targeted the software of the Bombay Electric Supply Company, and the electric supply went off for the whole day. For complete day, Bombay and suburbs of Bombay were in dark and no light was there. Ultimately, matter was investigated. The report was given to the Maharashtra government. It was found that hackers from the China had caused this kind of damage to the software system, as a result of which the light went off in some of the parts of the Bombay. So this is another method by which hackers are targeting. These hackers are generally in the remote control areas, in far off places, and they are always away from the place of committing the crime. Recently, this matter of financial fraud came to such a pass that Prime Minister of the country, Shri Narendra Modi, over radio broadcast, discussed this matter in Man Ki Baat and suggested that we have created a helpline number 1930. All the victims who are falling prey to these kind of financial fraud must come out immediately, lodge police station in the cyber police station, and take help of National Helpline 1930. For the last 2 and 3 months, you must be watching on your mobiles that whenever you give a ring or a call to anyone, first of all, you receive this kind of message from the Ministry of Home Affairs that if anyone is making fool of you for asking to give you bank details or asking for a false promise of a job, please be watchful. This kind of talk may lead to financial fraud. So you have to be aware of it. Recently, in the last year, All India Institute of Medical Science, the system of the All India Institute of Medical Science, OPD system, OPD means outdoor patient system, was sabotaged. Now, what will happen if an institute like All India Institute of Medical Science gets sabotaged? What will happen? It will lead to chaos in the All India Institute of Medical Science, because the doctors will not be knowing that how many times the patient have come, what are the reports of the patient, and how to give them the medicine. They do not have the previous record. These days, we carry all these reports of medical sciences, of our health related documents in these softwares, in mobiles. So therefore, it is difficult to get an access whenever in emergency we require this kind of information. So it took almost 2 weeks for All India Institute of Medical Science, New Delhi, to rectify the defects and come out with a plan so that these type of sabotage do not exist in future. Now our adversary is the Pakistan and China. They have been using number of methods. Recently, DeepSeek also came to limelight. This DeepSeek is an artificial intelligence which is being used by China. Then one of the another method is the Stone, Panda, FireEye. These equipments are being used, and our government has recently asked all central government employees not to download Chinese apps because these Chinese apps are meant for getting the information of data, and they will be able to reach to your mobiles, laptops, and computers. Some of the secret plans of the government are not kept in the desktop, computer, laptop, or iPad. They are stored in a different system. Now, India is a country where almost 1 billion people are using internet. So we are the third country after USA and China who are the greatest user of internet. We have to beat this challenge of hackers, and we must devise ways and means of fighting this challenge of cybercrime. How can we fight this challenge? Number one, we should create security specialists, cyber security specialist. How they can be created? We'll have to give them training. We'll have to come out with a plan. We have to devise courses for them so that our cyber security experts are able to foil the design and plan of hackers. Then there are basically three telecom industries which are now players in the country. Number one is the Airtel. Number two is the Geo Finance, Geo Internet Services. Number three is your BSNL. These three players should come together, and through public-private partnership, we should develop research and technologies to improve our cyber security methods for critical information structure, which is one of the most important tasks these days. Then public at large must be made aware that there are frauds, child pornography, and systems of the software are being compromised. So therefore, this public should be aware, and they should not fall victim to the designs of the hackers. This we have discussed, National Helpline 1930 and Cyber Police Station. We should register the crime immediately and take help of National Helpline. And if in our neighbor, some of the people who are not aware of the cyber laws or cyber crime, we should help them because this is a kind of new threat which is developing with the emerging technologies. So this is in nutshell I wanted to say about cyber security threat and challenges for the country. So now questions from your side.
सर अगर कोई डिफरेंट कंट्री का कोई हैकर है तो सर उसके लिए कोई पनिशमेंट है उस कंट्री की तरफ से। जैसे अगर इंडिया का कोई सिस्टम हैक करता है चाइना चाइना के कोई पीपल्स, तो सर उसके लिए
पनिशमेंट है जब पकड़े जाए और एक्स्ट्राडिशन ट्रीटी हो. नंबर वन इज टू कैच होल्ड ऑफ देम. Number one, we should have extradition treaty with them. Otherwise, most of the hackers are from Russia, North Korea, South Korea, and China. They are well versed in these hacking methods, and they generally do not operate from their own country. they will go to another country and operate from far-flung islands or from far-flung places where our reach is not possible.
ओके सर।
Any other question? पूछो पूछो। Any other question?
नो सर।
आप पूछो। What is the difference between ransomware and malware? Let me know then. What is the difference between ransomware and malware?
सर मालवेयर तो मतलब ऑनलाइन जो वायरसेस थ्रेट वगैरह होते हैं किसी साइट के लिए उसको बोलते हैं।
Okay, good.
और सर
Malware means malware means we are attacking the computer or series of computer so that they do not function and they
ओके
lose their software.
सर।
What is ransomware?
सर
वायरस
रैनसमवेयर नहीं
घुसा
पता।
देते हैं, जैसे हम किसी में वायरस डाल देते हैं, ठीक है।
जी सर।
और what else? Ransomware में we just attack only one computer so that you are not able to approach your own software. So that you are not able to approach your own software. Your computer will not function. It will deny access to you because it has been put with the ransomware.
सर एक ही स्पेसिफिक कंप्यूटर होगा
बस हाँ, एक
मतलब।
स्पेसिफिक आपका मतलब किसी का भी, जैसे मान लो मुझे करना है, आई वॉन्ट टू से दैट वी शुड रैंसमवेयर द कंप्यूटर ऑफ डीजी ऑफ हरियाणा पुलिस, डीजी ऑफ हिमाचल पुलिस, सो we'll devise a ransomware and spoil the system because it will ultimately affect number of computers. How? We are not talking of the layman, computer of the layman, but we are talking of the computer of a particular authority, dignitary, who has got control over, say, 1,000 employees, 10,000 employees, lakhs of employees. So if his security is jeopardized, ultimately we are hitting the target. Next. और बोलो। Yes, any other question?
नो सर।
ओके ओके। अपूर्व, आपकी तरफ से बताओ कोई क्वेश्चन।
नो सर।
हम्म। ओके, अब आपको सपोजिंग यू गेट ए कॉल फ्रॉम टेलीकॉम रेगुलेटरी अथॉरिटी ऑफ इंडिया, यू गेट ए कॉल फ्रॉम टेलीकॉम रेगुलेटरी ऑफ अथॉरिटी ऑफ इंडिया एंड दे से कि आपका मोबाइल जो है, हमने चेक किया है, बॉम्बे से हमें रिपोर्ट आई है, इसके द्वारा कई फाइनेंशियल फ्रॉड्स किए गए हैं, तो व्हाट एक्शन विल यू टेक? हम आपके मोबाइल को बंद करेंगे, आप क्या एक्शन लेंगे?
सर
सर
हम
हम
हेल्पलाइन नंबर
हेल्पलाइन
में कॉल।
एक एक आप बोलो, एक एक करके बोलो। हाँ,
सर हेल्पलाइन नंबर पे कॉल कर सकते हैं 1930 पे।
वो तो चलो सब्सिक्वेंट फेज है, फर्स्ट फेज क्या करोगे?
सर फर्स्ट फेज की हम वो उस कॉल को अटेंड करके हम पूछ सकते हैं उनकी डिटेल्स पूछ सकते हैं।
नहीं, हम सबसे पहले वी शुड रिफ्यूट द कॉलर। हमें ये बोलना चाहिए TRRI का ये काम ही नहीं है, टेलीफोन
जी
यस
सर।
सर।
रेगुलेटरी अथॉरिटी का कोई काम नहीं है
यस सर।
कि वो आपकी मोबाइल फोन को बंद कर दे या आपके मोबाइल फोन से डिटेल्स मांगे। बिकॉज टेलीकॉम रेगुलेटरी अथॉरिटी का काम जो है, उसने अपना काम आगे बांट दिया। किसको बांट दिया? एयरटेल को बांट दिया। BSNL को बांट दिया, जियो को बांट दिया। तो फोन शुड कम फ्रॉम द जियो, फ्रॉम द एयरटेल, कि आपके
एयरटेल से।
मोबाइल में हमारे को ये पता लगा है। बात समझ में आई?
यस
तो
सर।
उसको आप डांट मार
यस
सकते
सर।
हैं, वो अपने आप समझ जाएगा। अगर नहीं मानता है तो देन यू कैन इन्फॉर्म द नेशनल हेल्पलाइन 1930। सिमिलरली आपको जो है ये जो है चीफ जस्टिस ऑफ इंडिया का रूम दिखा करके कोई पूछता है कि बताइए आप कहाँ कहाँ गए थे, क्या किया था, तो आप क्या करेंगे?
सर इसमें भी सेम वैसे कि चीफ
इसमें भी
जस्टिस
आपने
हमें कॉल
डरना नहीं
करेगा
है।
नहीं।
You should not be fearful, but you should take him by gloves. By gloves means you should be in the boxing mode and ask him that okay, I have got your number from the app. कौन सा ऐप हम यूज करते हैं मोबाइल फोन पे जिससे हमें नंबर मिल जाता है?
सर ट्रू कॉलर।
ट्रू कॉलर। Then you can give that number of true caller to the 1930 helpline as well as to the cyber police station and lodge a complaint on the subject. Okay. सपोजिंग जैसे अब जो है हमारे पास यहाँ पे फोर्टिस हॉस्पिटल है। अगर फोर्टिस हॉस्पिटल का सॉफ्टवेयर सिस्टम आउटडोर पेशेंट का कॉम्प्रोमाइज हो जाता है तो क्या प्रॉब्लम आएगी फोर्टिस को?
सर पेशेंट का पर्सनल डाटा लीक हो सकता है।
खत्म हो गया, हो तो है ही नहीं उनके
बैंकिंग।
पास। मतलब डॉक्टर को पता ही नहीं लगेगा कि इंद्र प्रकाश आज आया है, कितनी बार मेरे पास आ चुका है, कितनी मैंने इसको दवाई दी है, नहीं दी है। अब उसकी हार्ड फाइल अगर बनी हुई है तो गुड, अगर सारा कुछ सॉफ्टवेयर में था तो कुछ भी नहीं पता लगेगा।
यस सर।
तो इसलिए अब हमें जो इम्पोर्टेंट चीजें हैं उनकी साथ साथ में हमें हार्ड फाइल भी रखने की जरूरत है। वाई शुड वी कीप हार्ड फाइल्स?
सर एज ए सब्स्टिट्यूट भी हमारे पास होगा कि
बिल्कुल,
अगर
वी शुड हैव
हमारी
सब्स्टिट्यूट।
डिजिटल गुम।
Similarly, we have got some security system where we have kept substitutes that if our data gets leaked or compromised, then we have got the secret system in our country, which I will not disclose in this class because it is of security nature. We at the country level has got such system where all these data can be retrieved again. Any other question?
नो सर।
नो सर।
Okay, okay. There is one more aspect which we have discussed. I have circulated one article in the channel. Probably you must not have gone through that. That is the safety at the railways. We'll discuss in 10 minutes about the safety at railways. Recently, there was stampede at New Delhi railway station. You must have heard of that.
यस सर।
So
यस
that
सर।
यस सर।
stampede occurred because there was great rush on the platforms, and suddenly the railway authorities decided to place one train at a particular platform, and all the rush swelled, and it resulted in the death of 20 persons, as well as 30 persons were injured. So this was a great tragedy. Now question is how these tragedies can be avoided. इन ट्रेजिडीज को हम कैसे अवॉइड करते हैं?
सर इसके लिए प्रॉपर मतलब कि एक जगह ज्यादा ही भीड़ ना इकट्ठी हो, इसके लिए गवर्नमेंट एक प्लान बना सकती है।
ओके, गुड। और
सर प्रॉपर
सर
बैरिकेडिंग कर सकते हैं वो।
ओके,
सर
नंबर
एक
वन।
रेगुलर और टाइम पे
जस्ट
ट्रेन अवेलेबल होनी चाहिए ताकि मतलब क्राउडिंग ना हो।
नंबर वन, वी शुड हैव क्राउड कंट्रोलिंग मेथड्स. We should have crowd control method that should be implemented in letter and spirit. Because there was stampede in the Mahakumbh also at Prayagraj, where we lost precious lives. Then there was stampede here in New Delhi railway station. Our country is overpopulated country. we are having a strength of almost 140 crore or more people. So these kind of tragedies will not stop if we do not devise our SOPs. So we should devise SOPs for the crowd control system. Then we should have CCTVs monitoring the crowd at each platform. Then we should have sufficient strength of the police, that is RPF, Railway Protection Force. Railway Protection Force, which should guide the people or not allow the people to the maximum capacity of the platform. Day before, 3 days before, we had discussed this matter, that if there are 5 persons in 1 square meter, it means they will die. That is the science behind the crowd control method. What was the science we had discussed? बोलो.
सर रिपीट.
हमने उस समय डिस्कस किया था, आप तो पुराना भूल जाते हैं, कि 1 स्क्वायर मीटर में अगर 3 आदमी खड़े हैं तो उनका सांस घुटेगा, और अगर 5 आदमी हैं तो उनके अंदर स्टैम्पीड हो जाएगी, और 1 स्क्वायर में 7 आदमी आ जाएंगे तो सारे ही मर जाएंगे.
Yes, sir.
दिस मेथड वी हैड
यस सर.
डिस्कस्ड.
यस सर. यस सर.
सो दिस शुड बी फॉलोड इन लेटर एंड स्पीड, कि 1 स्क्वायर में कितने आदमी खड़े हैं, 2 या 3 आदमी, 1-2 आदमी बहुत है बस, उससे ज्यादा आदमियों को जगह नहीं मिल रही है, तो नेचुरली दे आर बाउंड टू सफर. So we should devise number one CCTV cameras, security force, then we should have large holding grounds for the crowd. मान लो कि 10,000 की भीड़ आ गई, तो हम सारों को प्लेटफॉर्म पे जाने क्यों देते हैं, बाहर ही रोके उनको. Then we are selling tickets without counting how many men are going. बोलते हैं जी टिकटें ज्यादा बढ़ गई उस दिन. टिकटें बढ़ गई तो टिकटें कौन कंट्रोल करेगा?
So
Railway
Department of
must
Railway.
devise ways and means to for the safety of the public. इसके लिए मैंने आपको एक आर्टिकल भेजा है, विच वी विल लाइक टू शो यू नाउ ऑन द स्क्रीन आल्सो. बिगर ट्रेजेडी इज द रेलवेज एंड इट्स सिस्टमेटिक इनर्शिया. दिख रहा है आपको?
यस सर.
ये देखिए, बिगर ट्रेजेडी इज द रेलवेज एंड इट्स सिस्टमेटिक inertia. So this gentleman who has retired as general manager of Indian Railways, he says he was the launcher of Vande Bharat project also. वंदे भारत इसी ने लॉन्च किया, सुधांशु मणि ने. तो ये बोलता है कि ये जो बेसिकली हमारी कमजोरी है, हमें क्राउड कंट्रोल मेथड यूज करना चाहिए, सीसीटीवी यूज करना चाहिए, अनाउंसमेंट सिस्टम ठीक होना चाहिए, सफिशिएंट नंबर में पुलिस होनी चाहिए, और अगर कोई ज़्यादा जो हम ट्रेन अनाउंस करते हैं लास्ट मिनट पे कोई ट्रेन की अनाउंसमेंट नहीं होना चाहिए, ग्राउंड से हमें कांटेक्ट रखना चाहिए, और हमें जो है इंक्वायरी भी अगर करनी है मरने वालों की तो वो हमें इंडिपेंडेंट बॉडी से करवानी चाहिए. इस केस में इंक्वायरी रेलवे खुद ही कर रही है, रेलवे के सीनियर अफसर. तो ये कहता है रेलवे खुद ही अक्यूज्ड है और खुद ही जज है. ये क्या बोलता है?
रेलवे खुद ही अक्यूज है
और खुद ही जज है, तो कहता है इस इंक्वायरी का भी कोई फायदा नहीं है. तो कहते हैं रेलवे जो है लाइफलाइन है नेशन की, इसको जो है चेंज करने की बहुत जरूरत है, और इसको पास्ट लेसन्स भी लर्न करने की जरूरत है. पहले भी हमारा जो पिछले साल जब कुंभ मेला हुआ था 2013 में, कहाँ पे हुआ था? 2013 में. दिख रहा है आपको? कुंभ मेला इन
Yes, sir.
यस सर.
2013. At that time also we lost life. Then there was Elphinstone Road railway station in Mumbai. where this stampede occurred in 2017. Again, we lost life, and this time again in this railway station, Delhi, we have lost life. He says कि जो छठ पूजा का काम होता है, छठ पूजा के ऊपर एसओपी बनी हुई है, कहता है अगर वो अरेंजमेंट भी हम ढंग से कर दें तो हम ऐसी ट्रेजेडीज को अवॉइड कर सकते हैं। बात समझ में आई?
यस सर।
तो इसका ये बेचारा ठीक ही लिख रहा है, ही इज राइटिंग करेक्ट, कि हम लोग क्लेम बहुत ज्यादा करते हैं कि हमने 15 लाख पैसेंजर 350 ट्रेनों में भर के फरवरी के महीने में प्रयागराज भेज दिए और उन्होंने स्नान कर लिया, खुशी की बात है। लेकिन जो हमारे आदमी मर गए हैं उनके ऊपर ध्यान कौन देगा? उनके ऊपर तभी हम ध्यान दे पाएंगे जब सीसीटीवी मॉनिटरिंग होगा, प्लेटफॉर्म टिकट्स की सेल पे रोक लगाई जाएगी, और साथ में जो है सफिशिएंट नंबर ऑफ में पुलिस डिप्लॉय की जाएगी, मॉनिटरिंग की जाएगी ग्राउंड की, रेलवे कमिश्नर ऑफ सेफ्टी की गाइडलाइन मानी जाएंगी। और जब रेलवे की हैबिट है कि काम गलत होने के पश्चात अपनी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं लेती है, उसको रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी स्वीकार करना और रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ठीक करना बहुत जरूरी है, तभी ऐसे हादसों से बचाव हो सकता है। गॉट माई पॉइंट?
यस सर।
तो इसको आप पढ़िएगा अपने टाइम पे। थैंक यू वेरी मच। और कुछ बताओ मुझे।
नो सर।
चलो गुड। द बिगर ट्रेजेडी इज द रेलवेज एंड इट्स सिस्टमैटिक inertia. This we have shared in Telegram. Kindly read it. So today we have discussed two topics. Number one, cyber security, threat and challenges before the country. And number two, stampede on the railway station and how we can avoid the stampedes in future. Thank you. Jai Hind.
यस सर। जय हिंद
थैंक यू
सर।
सर।
Okay.
जय हिंद सर।